Okay. Stupid. Oh. Okay, we back. I'm sorry. I had the audacity to go and open up Audacity. No, that's not true. I had the audacity to go and open up my my Google Docs, which was too taxing for the stream. Every time. Anyway, yeah, Twitch got me for my terrible sins against this platform. I wasn't even cursing. I want to say that the things that I said that were not the terrible sins committed were not heretical or blasphemous in any way against the Lord or of scatological nature. They were just very challenging ideas. Anyway, they even make any good card games? Did you not watch Inscription? I swear. Replace your missing PS2 with a PS2 emulator. I don't know where to get emulators. I'm a big boy adult. I'm a big boy adult who has adult money that can buy things on Amazon, most likely. I don't need to go and be an illegal bad boy. I can be a good boy that buys things with money. That engages in mercantile efforts to enrich ourselves and the economy. Hey, Inscription was pretty fun even in the card game portion of it. I mean, didn't you see the mod stuff? That stuff was good. Whatever. Look, you guys can be bad boys. You can be bad boys that go to internet prison. I'm not going to be. I'm going to go and pay the money to get the real good stuff. So what does the Magic Bow do? Magic Bow shoots out a bunch of arrows in the same way that you do with the heavy crossbow. And each one of those homes in on individual enemies for an increasing amount of damage if the more enemies are hit by stuff. The plan here is to take the Barbed Tips mutation, which as you can see right now, Barbed Tips is giving me almost 500 DPS, and that's on top of the 700 DPS that I'm getting off of this very early version of the Magic Bow. But the point is, it is a pretty substantial increase in damage, which is what I think is going to be the secret sauce that makes this run work. Okay, anyway. You're going to internet prison for different crimes. Those aren't crimes. Come on, man. Wearing a fursuit out, is that really what I'm going to go with? How about this? Wearing a banana costume out in public is weird, but it's not a crime. And that's what I am on the internet. You can wear a banana costume anywhere, and people can't arrest you for that. Anyway. When is the cells, the and dead, the dead cells? Coming up. We're doing Loot River also soon enough here. You'll get kicked out of CVS. Why would CVS is a private corporation. CVS, I'm not going to the corporate prison that CVS has because I violated their dress code. Epic made it an IP. Is that after what happened with the frying pan thing and Public G, I don't know if that's true or not anymore. What if you're banana shaped? That is actually illegal, but that is not illegal on the internet. I'm trying to make an analogy here. Do you know how analogies work? What's going on here? Oh, this is just the pre-stream. We can start it up. What are you, basically I started here at this point in the run purely for the sake of letting you guys choose. What do you want? What do you want? What are you feeling? We got some legendary items here. Nothing really very interesting for the sake of trying to find like good affixes on there. They don't have nothing for like special affixes, but still, I don't know. But anyway. Oh, okay. Played if I'm depressed and burned out on all activities that once gave me pleasure, and haven't played anything since Elden Ring came out. Man, I still feel like people like Elden Ring so much better than I did. You know when I feel like that? Usually what I do, try and take up some sort of incredibly huge project, like losing a lot of weight, or learning Japanese, or starting a YouTube channel. I don't know if that necessarily gets me out of the funk, but at least gives me something to do. But anyway, take the swords? I mean, it's not swords, it's a machete and pistol. Machete and pistol. Cordog's weapon of choice. Like, I also do have, you know... Oh, I also do have this assault shield, too. Whee. Here, here, you know what? I can, let's see what we got here. Do a real poll. There you go. Let's see what we got. Whichever one you want. Wow, neck and neck. Seems like people are saying Lightspeed for the most part. Needs to do more lewd streams? Ugh, fine. How was that? Yo. Just yeah. Just do that for the entire stream. Streams have given me the ability to just like do all of the things that I used to do as a kid to amuse myself, to make everybody else very uncomfortable for an extended period of time. It's pretty great. Anyway. Alright, so it looks like we're doing, wow, like, why do you guys want to see Lightspeed so much? I guess I'll go replace the, These the sound of angel limbs flapping? No, those are the sound of my cheeks. Which cheeks? My face cheeks. Like, I don't even know how I would do it otherwise. Can you do the one where you pull on your cheeks? That was the one where I pull on my cheeks. Anyway. Okay, let's start up like the actual episode and stop making this... Make this less weird for at least a time. For some time. Anyway, by the way, is the person that wanted Hitman 3 here? Would you want me to do it with Second Guy? I'm just curious before I start it up proper. Or the person that wanted Loot River. Any specific requests on that one? It's gonna still definitely be a time before I end up opening up the poll, just because it's going to take a really long time, I think, to go through Hitman. I added Loot River. Anything specific you want with Loot River? Like, I'm about to do the series proper. I've beaten the game a couple times on my own. And, yeah, I've actually had a lot of fun with it. But, like, including the video Gone Wrong, Gone Sexual, I don't think you can do that anymore. I think that YouTube probably cracked down on that an awful lot after everybody else abused it. Like, if I put that in the title, YouTube's gonna come to my house and they're gonna be like, dog, you need to take down that video. I'm like, YouTube, you don't need to come to my house. You can just do that online. And they're like, we like the in-person stuff. We're rebranding. No, yeah. Just like before I start that series, just a good clear, just one. I was planning to do it for like a week or something like that. You know, like just do a week of videos, a week of runs, because like a good clear is like, if you want to see here, just real quick, Scooby-Doo. Was it this? Yeah, it was this. It's like, yeah, if you want to see a good clear, like I do just have, you know, this. By the way, what's up with Loot River having, like, serious issues with the screen going black when you fight the final boss? There we go. By the way, they had a new stuff in there. It is pretty fun. Know what the audience want? Yeah. Holy Christ. The amount of the exploding guys in here is real wacky. But yeah, after you get rid of a lot of the ads, it's just about as simple as, you know, hitting the dude an awful lot more than anything else. Especially if after you get good enough at the game, you get many potion charges. Like, just a ton. And that makes a huge difference. Okay, anyway, enough of this. It's like I can actually show you the full clear if you're interested. But, you know. I'm just saying that I do have one recorded, just in case. All right. We ran out of paper for the fax machines. It's important. Loot River's combat never clicked with me. Wait, so you wanted me to play the game? Actually, it takes a while to get to it. It's real jank. But once you get used to it, it's actually really fun. I've been having a lot of fun with the game, and I do hope that they continue to add a lot more to it, because it's sort of, it's kind of short right now, you know? Like, there's not a ton. There's stuff in it, but I feel like that game can be expanded a lot compared to what it is right now. All right. I'll figure out something. Anyway, okay, let's start this one up then in 5, 4, 3, 2. Magic Bow is back with an entirely different build. I was talking an awful lot about using the Barbed Tips mutation last time, and as you can see, 495 DPS in the bottom right corner versus the 743 that I'm getting on admittedly a very low level bow right now. It's a substantial increase. And although that does mean that I am going to have to play this with a tactics run, at least here I've gotten a lot of stats, and now I got 2 legendaries to sort of mess around. Not really the most impressive sort of legendary in the form of the light speed, which I've had people at the beginning of the stream kind of choose as the one that I was going to end up taking. Oh, come on now. But at the same time, it is nice to have see what some of the very special mutations you get here are. Okay. And then when it comes to getting even more DPS on top of everything else, I got Corrupted Power. Because that was sort of the issue that I was thinking last time. Would really alleviate a lot of the problems that I have with this weapon. Just having a little bit more DPS on here. Because obviously, this weapon hits a lot. And stuff like Barbed Tips just adds more fuel to that fire. Same thing with the Corrupted Power. It's an entire stew of combinations, and I'm trying to make this work in the most optimal way possible. Right now I'm using the Right now I am using the extra ammo mutation, just with the hopes of having that work out on bosses a little bit better, and it does. I think something like, oh, good. I guess I fixed it so it doesn't just disappear as soon as it goes in the void. But I think that maybe instead of like extra ammo, going for something like, I don't know, a Tranquility? This has such incredibly huge tracking on each... Good stuff. Has incredibly huge tracking on each one of the shots that maybe just standing at a huge distance, I'll be able to... Okay. I'll be able to get a lot of power out of this weapon. Enough to kind of offset using all of my ammo against stuff. But here's a good test right now. Here's a good test right now, if you can hit the stuff. Didn't do as much as I was hoping. Okay, then, fine. Before I die here. I don't know. I'm trying to make this weapon work a little bit, but just tactics runs entirely. Certainly getting an upgraded form of this weapon would go a long way if I could actually find one of those in the shops that I come across. Because it hasn't happened just yet. Okay. Point blank? Would point blank be better than just using... I don't know. I feel like with a slowish weapon like this, that trying to use point blank effectively might just be putting myself in too much danger. Now, of course, it would be effective in the sense that you would hit... it would be pretty much guaranteed that you're hitting all of the arrows, but at the same time, that does also mean that you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that with the incredible tracking the arrows have. You know? Elven Axe. That's fun, but not quite what we're looking for right now. Okay. Yeah, you can see it takes... The frustrating thing, like I said, is just the fact that I can't seem to get an upgraded version of this, really, weapon. Come on now. Is this normal mode? No, it is still a... Well, here, you know what I can do? I do have this as well. This is a custom version to give me what should be the best chance at getting an appropriate, like level appropriate version every time I get into a shop of the magic bow possible, but that is just not happening in the way I want it to. Usually it feels like that's how that goes more often than not. Well, this isn't good. Let me just real quick go right in here. I guess this is where I got the... I guess this is where I got the legendary item, or cursed chest, whatever you call it. Words escape. Yeah, barbed tips. A lot more powerful back in the day, but still effective enough. That little bit of extra damage over time is nice to have. That said, yeah, that's why I'm thinking stuff like having... No, this is not even where I was trying to go. Okay, why do we start mid-run? Because I feel like I start streams a lot better if I do them mid-run. You know what I'm saying. Have you ever seen me try and start a stream? I try and start a stream and it takes like 40 different attempts. Whereas here, it's like we start mid-run and we already got a lot to talk about. Oh no, I already bought everything in here. I forgot about that. Besides, I already did a full run of Magic Bow. We can now do it a little bit. I feel like we can do a little... We can do it a little bit more freeform. I mean, I feel like you don't even miss out on all that much if you start mid-run because, runs in Dead Cells are very long. A good 2 hours or so, I feel like every single one tends to end up taking. Yeah, sure. A lot of extra health on top of everything else, too. Nice. Poggers. Well, I don't know why but Poggers... Ah, damn it. Ah, Poggers has just become my thing as of late. It's very weird. Yep. Could not hit it in time. Can you do 5 boss... do I get to 5 boss cell off a fresh save file sometime? I mean, I usually do like one of those a year. I suppose we can do that soon enough again. Here, you know what? Again, I need a little bit of healing here. And without a leveled up version of the bow, and I'm not going to get one here either. It's not the easiest thing right now. Oh, hey, heavy turrets again. Sorry, Lightspeed. You're out of the group one more time. Because I need healing. I need a medic bag, etc. Yeah, this is the best item that I got for the sake of... Nice. For the sake of having a lifesteal on it, unfortunately. Okay, sure. Good. Gotta watch out for those birds, though. My brethren do betray me in this particular area, and that's no good for me. Alright, you know what? What if I also did this? Whatever, good enough. Not like ideal, but I hate the slowness of this weapon. There we are. Okay, then. Now, I'm just going to do it again. You know, I save up all these potion charges, then immediately start using... Oh, there we go. Now, that's a much better item to be getting for healing now. No. Come on. See, I'm telling you. It is not easy to actually get an upgraded form of this weapon. I do not know why. Cool. Oh my god, I cannot seemingly do anything in this run now, can I? Oh well. Such is the tragedy of actually streaming this rather than doing it off screen. It's a lot harder to, you know? Hey, you, and one more for good measure. Even with the incentivized biome, I don't know if I'm going to get the 20k gold to actually pay for another one of the potion charges here. Still, though, at least this is my best bet, if nothing else. Slower than Yuumi. I mean, as of now, I don't think they've changed it back just yet, in case you want to go for the whole Yuumi exploit, at least for the time being. Oh, there's Tesla Coil, which is fun, but not quite what I'm looking for here. Just looking to see if I can't get an upgraded version of this bow. Now then. People asking about the difference between cussing and cursing in chat also right now. I don't even know what exactly prompted that at this point in time. See, like, you can get some real wild tracking on some of these items here. And when the barb tips is obviously something that works a little bit better when it comes to using it against bosses rather than regular enemies, but still does work very effectively nonetheless. When I don't immediately take them out in a single volley. Still, though, it all comes down to the fact that using a tactics run means that you are living on the razor's edge all the time. That's scary. As I am trying desperately to not have to use any more potion charges, maybe more specifically than anything else. After all, I do have disengagement back up for now. Probably not for long. You know what? I'm not gonna go for... We're just gonna go Clock Tower. Keep it nice and simple. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what I say. That's my phrase. I stole it. I mean, I didn't steal it. I didn't steal it from anybody. Okay, then. And I think that... Not that. I think that for right now, I'm going to end up... putting down... If I can get out of the place where I keep looking at stuff. Putting down this and hopefully trying to... No, or we could go here. I guess technically this does mean that I would have another attempt at getting a potion charge. Oh boy. The real questionable plays. Especially knowing how... I mean, maybe even 2 potion charges. Think about it. Imagine the possibilities. What's going on? We're doing magic bow again. Although it's a starting magic bow, completely against my will. That's just kind of how it happened, as it turns out. It's very annoying. But it is the world that I live in. Alright, let's see how this goes. What's going to be the best way to even do this? You know what the best way to do this? Let's go all the way down, try and find the try and find the food shop as soon as possible. After all, you do got to pay for that and everything, so... Well, and here it comes already. Perfect. Well, this is gonna be an entire frustrating thing now, isn't it? Couldn't even get like my money back there before I already got the level 3 gold gorger on me. Well, this is yeah, I don't. Okay, well, I guess I'm going back to the regular area here with the hopes that I'll be able to not die doing this. If I can get up to full power. Okay, I'm gonna get up to full health. I'll probably be okay, right? Hey, also thank you, Blutos, for the one gifted sub. I love you. Oh God, these ones are so annoying when you have 2 times damage. Good. All right. Slowly but surely, this is how life is taken. Also, but how I get my health back. Okay. Just gotta keep hitting them out of hitting me. That's the strategy right now. God, I hate going into the bank, but this is actually... This'll work out well if I don't completely do it badly. Like, there's legitimately good strategies here, you know? Because I got the potential of getting a lot of potion charges and everything, and that's good. That's what I'm looking for. I just have to not die, which is easier said than done. But such is the way of the world. All right. Well, let's see how this goes. Paying back my tax on the cat vent. I don't think you need to pay back the tax on the cat tax on the cat vent. I do like Death Orb, but I also like having the extra power for the... I'm going to try and prioritize getting another one of those later on, because I do like having that for the magic bow. The only problem is that for right now, I'm not using the magic bow. We're using other items. Okay. Okay. Just gotta get that health up. Just gotta get that health up. That's the strategy. What? Did I not parry that? Did I take off my parry at some point in time or something? Because I thought I parried that. Well, not a very good, run, as it turns out. Ah, well. Let's start this one from the beginning again. I thought I parried that. Doc, can you describe Puss again? I want to compare it to that other cat game. Which cat game? What do you mean? What other cat? You want to compare it to Blinks the Time Sweeper? As we all know, the cat game? No to Stray. I don't know what that is. I want to compare it to the classic DOS game Alley Cat. Is that what we're asking? I'm gonna try and get like a better version of this weapon this time. What other cat games can I name? I want to compare it to the indie game that took the world by storm recently, Catastrophe. Remember that's one. Actually, no, I'm not going to be able to use that, am I? Can use these ones, though. All right, well, hopefully now I'll have few enough items that I'll actually be able to find one in the run. Oh, one shot, yeah. Oh, yeah, Bubsy. His name's not Bugsy, it's Bubsy. Come on. He's a bobcat, not a bugs cat. I mean, I guess we could say, like, Rain World, but that's way more of a slug than a cat. I talked about that plenty of times in the series, you know? It was the 90s. Yeah, and they called him Bubsy. Bubsy the Bubcat. Come on. Now onto Mario 3 hacks. Anyway, what was Puss like? It was an old follow the mouse down a maze type of game, except made extremely obnoxious, and I loved it. 70% slug, like 5% cat. Really now? Have I done any other cat games on the channel? I'm trying to think. Facetious, not knowing about Stray. I mean, I know what Stray is. It's a game where it's like the best part of Murdered Soul Suspect, where you were able to possess a cat in that game. The best part of Murdered Soul Suspect. I guess Death Row to Canada you can play as a cat, but that's not the same thing. It's not a cat game. That's a game where you can play as a cat as an option. P5, I guess that's sort of a cat game, but obviously that's more of a repetitive dialogue game. A repetitive, terrible dialogue. The characters where the writers refuse to challenge their characters to any degree, making it very dull. Anyway, like 13 Sentinels was a cat game as well in that respect. I played Murdered, but I don't remember. I remember everything about Murdered. It wasn't that good, let's be honest, but, you know. You could possess a cat in that game. I don't think I played any other cat games. Yeah. I'm looking through my playlists here. Not a ton of cat games. I mean, Ratchet, Ratchet and Clank is more like a, not that much like a cat, more like a Ghost Trick. Ghost Trick is a cat game. Well, sort of. Yeah, no, I don't really have a whole ton of cat games. I'm sorry, everybody. Felix the Cat? Felix the Cat is a comic strip. It's not... That's like saying the Garfield games. Really? Yeah, Lombax, which is like a bobcat. It's not the same. All right. Are there Garfield games? Yeah, of course. Several. It's like a Garfield kart racer game. And there's also the famous one for the Nintendo Entertainment System that I don't think ever was actually officially released. Like there was that one that Lumpy Touch created, if you want to count that as a Garfield game. They should make a Sorry John game. That's the one I just described. Go look up Lumpy Touch. You'll be pleasantly surprised. It's called Lasagna Boy, I believe. Anyway. Sonic does have cats. Like there's Honey the Cat, for example, who was a fighting game character before being transformed. I don't know, I guess like the robot, like you make the robots in the games into a cat. Oh, it's not like an official John Davis. It is not an official John Davis created game. It is a fan game, but it is exactly what you're describing. And like it's actually like a pretty good job done with it. Oh yeah, Big the Cat. I shouldn't forget about Big. For some reason, the character from Sonic the Fighters was the first thing that came to mind when it came to cats. And not even like Blaze. Not Blaze, not Big, Honey the Cat. Because I'm deep in the paint, baby. Anyway, Fritz the Cat. Fritz the Cat is not better than anything. Yes, Blaze. It's like, how can we forget about Blaze? She's like legitimately one of the better characters that they introduced in the new, since like Sonic Adventure. But, you know, very underutilized, needless to say. It is not a, you know, they don't really use any of the characters except for Shadow anymore. That's just the sad truth. We don't get like the Team Chaotix or anything. It's terrible. Sonic lore is definitely the middle. No, it's not. Come on. Probably some sort of degenerate thing is what you would really say. Literally or figuratively, as I degenerate over the stream into a puddle of protoplasmic goo. Anyway, Mighty the Armored. I can't. So the comic fans could. What? I'm trying. I can't read it. Mighty the Armadillo was introduced in Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. That's another streamer. Okay. I mean, just my controller. Okay, let me just fine. We'll get back to the actual like stream. I'm sorry, I died in the run, and so we decided to start talking about Sonic instead. And by decide, I mean it just came up naturally. Chrono Trigger has the most cats. You got like Gato, beat him up and get 15 silver points, but that's not. That's wait. There was also like another. There was the cat that ran into the time machine at the beginning. Not much else for cats in that game. Obviously, if we're talking about like Chrono Cross has far more cat-related content. If they were talking about that, you know what with what was the guy's name? Lynx. What about sexy cats? I mean, yeah, like, do you want me to go run through my memory banks and tell you about every sexy cat that appears in video games? Like, really? Yes. No, we're starting the video up again. Magic Bow. All right, starting that one again. Magic Bow Run didn't go so well last time, but I want to give it another shot using a different loadout. Instead of going with survival and attempting to make a run work that way, try and go with tactics. Get stuff like barbed tips and, you know, of course, the great secondary weapons. I'm talking stuff like the Great Owl of War up there right now. Maybe even, yeah, Corrupted Power. Because the biggest issue I've had with this weapon is the fact that it's just, I don't know, not great damage-wise. So even just attempting to buff up the DPS with just a pure DPS increase, 50% more damage like this could go a long way towards having a better run. Now, will it? I don't know. It's still, of course, in most respects, a survival weapon, being so slow to fire and everything. But I don't know. It shoots out a lot of shots. Extra damage is a lot more common when it comes to using the actual tactics mutations. It's just annoying having to deal with the extremely reduced health that I'm going to have over the course of this run. As long as I can keep on, you know, with having disengagement up and maybe even just something as simple as a weapon to give me a little bit of life steal could work out well. After all, if I got like Snake Fangs here, which I don't even know why I'm carrying this around, if I had like a version of Snake Fangs that had life steal on it, that would be pretty easy to keep myself hale and hearty for most of the run. I don't know. The previous attempts that I had the issue of not really giving me anything in terms of upgrades for this weapon, and that was a pretty big difference maker. I can only hope that doesn't happen again. We'll see. Does it have crit gimmicks? No, but it does have like extra damage if they all hit the same target. Sort of weird in how that works. I could maybe even try to take a crow's wing and attempt... Oh, wrong direction. Maybe even take like a crow's wing and attempt to, by flying in the air, make sure that all of the shots hit. But that's... If that happens to come up, maybe I'll use it. Really, I think I would probably prefer just to grab a... Oh boy, I hate this area. Well, so much for getting the 30 kills, but that's fine. I would rather attempt to just get a more powerful turret or something like that instead of trying to hope for very specific, gimmicky sort of build like that. It's hard to say. It's going to be a lot of whatever the game decides to actually give me here. And like I said, as much as I do want to play as a survival build, just stuff that gives me a lot of extra damage might be the secret ingredient that I require to actually have a good run with this weapon. I don't know. I mean, after all, we saw that sometimes it takes very few changes to actually get an amazing weapon out of what's otherwise a sort of unimpressive weapon, as we saw with the when I was using the Gilded Yumi, the Grilled Yummy, as I called it then. It was an amazing change, and all that required was what? Slightly faster shots? Also a little bit of extra damage in the form of the heavy weapon affixes. It wasn't much, is what I'm trying to say. And there are things that I still can do even outside of actual balances to maybe get it to work like that anyway. The Yielded Gumi. Yes, of course. That makes a lot of sense. That's exactly why I called this stream the Bajic Mo. This is how I name all things these days in Dead Cells. Just transpose the first two letters. All right, anyway. Now, anyway, Gato, the Kronos cat. Okay, we're listing all the cats that... Okay. Thank you, pre-stream chat. We're listing all of the cats that appear in Chrono Trigger, which I'm kind of curious about this, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with the topic previously that we're having. Gato, yes, beat him and get 15 silver points. Chronos cat, yep. He can have 14 if you beat a minigame several times. I don't remember that at all. Millennium Fair, girl's cat you rescue. Oh yeah, that did happen. The cat that kills Ozzy. Man, okay, let's talk about Ozzy for 1 second. And yes, this is a thing that we're going to... I want to keep both of these. Now, let's just keep this for right now. After all, the heavy turret does give me a total of 25% extra damage just by being around it. I don't know, that's good. But anyway, what was I saying here? Yeah, let's talk about like Ozzy, Flea, and the third one that I can't remember the name of. That's such a weird translation choice, because in Japanese, from what I remember, they were called like mayonnaise, ketchup, and wasabi or something like that. And they're just like, nah, you know what? Not enough references to the best band of all time. The best bands of all time, baby. It was Slash. I mean, and then there's stuff like the Koopalings that exist in Mario that for some reason are in fact all named those even in Japanese, which I still find so incredibly, because why is it just like, okay, one of them has them named after condiments, but then the English version named after blah blah blah, but then like the Mario, actually, yes, that guy is actually named after Roy Orbison. Thank you for asking. This is nonsense that only I care about, but I felt like talking about it anyway just because. More of a localization than a translation. I mean, that's not even a localization, because it's not like... Ozzy Osbourne is not the English equivalent of mayonnaise. I'm sorry to tell you this. We do not have jars of Ozzy Osbourne on the shelf when we go into... when we go into like the local Kroger's or whatever. He's quite pale. That's not okay. When I'm thinking of mayonnaise, the first thing I'm thinking is very pale. It's not how that works, says you. I don't know. Okay, y'all gonna have to go show me a jar of Ozzy Osbourne, and I don't know, maybe you got that in like Austin, Texas or something, because that's the only conceivable place. Like I guess that's only furthest away vertically, but I live in the Midwest, so where else are you gonna go? Anyway. It's a localization. This is the exact same as me ranting about the the weird, was it Mega Man X5 thing where they decided to name all the characters after Guns N' Roses band members for no reason, for like literally no reason. It was just like a thing they did back in the day. And then there's the Koopalings, where that's like the official translation that they gave them. Okay. Now then, we're talking about the Magic Bow. Sort of. Hey, how about that Magic Bow, guys? Also Sonic outfit, because they're just tempting me to get off topic at this point in time. It's like, if we give him the Sonic outfit, he won't be able to resist. Nothing will stop him. Nothing will stop him from actually talking, from not talking about Dead Cells for like 5 seconds. All right. There was definitely Aussie sauce sold at one point. I don't believe that. Yeah, okay. You know what? You remember when we did the whole stupid Smize thing, which definitely, unfortunately, took over the episode? If you find me a picture of Ozzy Osbourne sauce, I will put it up on screen. And this is a Dr. Inferno Firebird guarantee to you, the viewer. If you find Ozzy Osbourne, which I'm guessing is probably Mayo Chup, but you know what I'm saying. What's like the most... Okay, if you were going to assign a sauce to Ozzy Osbourne, what would it be? Like, what's the most Ozzy Osbourne-like sauce? Please, I just want to see my family again. Not until you answer my questions. Anyway, have you seen the top hottest Sonic women video? What? No, I haven't. Also, I told you that we're not talking about Sonic here. Sriracha. Mr. Worcestershire BBQ and mayo. That might be good. I, of course, being a big fan of ranch sauce. By the way, if you were going to make an official sauce for me, it would definitely be something with, like, ranch as a base. Because ranch is based. I'm trying to, like... I don't know. Any, like, good options in terms of sauces? Oh, I still want to hear what you guys think the official sauce of Ozzy Osbourne is. If you can't find it, that is. And I'll put that video... not video... If you find, like, a commercial for Ozzy Osbourne sauce, that would be even more wild. But, like, I will put an image of it up on screen. Look, I trust that Heinz probably... It's not like this is the first time they've ever done this. Don't you remember that time they did that thing where they skinned Ed Sheeran and put his tattoos on bottles of Heinz ketchup? Zach Wilde, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Label Society, it teamed up with Blair's Hot Sauce to present his new Ford. Oh, hot sauces. Yeah, actually, that makes sense. Fuck. You're right. I'm sorry, guys. We have to restart this run. We can't talk about Ozzy Osbourne sauce for this long. Put it on screen, coward. You didn't give me a link. Anyway. You could be making that up. Celebrity hot sauces. Celebrity hot sauces that makes a lot of sense, actually. YouTube has to be left in the dark. They can't know about this. We can't spend 10 minutes talking about what sauce Ozzy Osbourne would be. I can't let this happen. All right, let me just go see here real quick for Ozzy Osbourne related sauces images. Blair's hot sauces. Ozzy Osbourne should probably do it. Ozzy Osbourne, there we are. Oh wow, there's like 2 images in total of these. Oh my god, there's like no good images of this. Also, I cannot see Mr. Osborne on any of these bottles. So, you know. I don't know if I can really, in good conscience, put these up on screen, because I can't really see it very well. I can't tell you if that's actually Ozzy Osbourne related. That's why I didn't bother including an image. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree on this one. Okay, let's try that one again. What a fucking nightmare of a stream. Which Mario won? The one with Mario and Luigi Mario? That's so stupid. It's like his name is Super. It's Super Mario. Come on, guys. It's literally in the title. Like, why do you call Super by his last name? Anyway. Got an audible laugh. Good. I'll take one. Anyway, okay. We're talking about the new Mario movie, of course. Why are they the Mario Brothers? Because I mean, Super has a huge ego. I don't know if you've noticed, but he's sort of like he's like the William Shatner of the two of them. Anyway, we need to get to... I'm gonna go record Loot River if we're not gonna do a real stream here. Alright. Starting this in 5, 4, 3, 2. Magic Bow Run didn't go so well last time, but I wanted to try a different sort of build to see if I could make it work just even somewhat better. I'm talking instead of going for survival, which is usually the preference because of the great mutations and everything you get in there. Instead of trying to hit up a... I'll do that one again. I hate that. Also, I want to ask... Okay, here's a question. Here's a question right now, chat. Where do they actually refer to them as the Mario Brothers? In any one of the games? I'll wait. The manuals do not count. Manuals will have you believe that all the question mark blocks are actually secretly toads transformed by Koopa magic into becoming like question mark blocks and like bricks and stuff, which is a very macabre idea if they decide to keep that canon. On the titles don't mean anything. Is the main character Zelda? It's a metaphor for puberty. I don't understand. Okay, Mr. Move the... Wait, what do you mean, Mr. Move the... we can talk all day about the stupid things that manuals say. Did you know that the original Mega Man took place in Monstropolis? If we're just going to talk about the stupid manual lore at this rate? Really? I put all of my trust in badly translated manuals and crappy movies that came out without any sort of oversight from the actual people that created the goddamn franchise in the first place. This is my source for information, Mr. Wikipedia over here. Anyway, you bigot. They've never referred to Monstropolis after the first fucking game. It's nice? Doesn't it constantly get attacked by Dr. Wily? And I don't know if you've seen like some of the stuff that dude has done. I cannot imagine that it's you know, nice. I think Monstropolis was mentioned in the ZX series. He definitely was not, considering that takes place like 700 years in the future compared to the classic series. Look, I know my Mega Man lore. I know a lot of lore. Robot Hitler, yes, Dr. Vile. Anyway. We can talk. Oh my god. We're not gonna talk about Copy X and Dr. Vile right now. I refuse to. That's not gonna happen. Doesn't matter. The entire world gets flooded and everybody dies anyway. Doc, yes. Do the run. Are you sure you don't want to keep talking about Mega Man lore right now and Ozzy Osbourne sauces? Okay. All right. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, wait. Hey, thank you, Barnabas P. Jones, for the 5 gifted subs. I assume that it is absolutely because of the Mega Man lore talk, right? Okay. As in adherence to being given subs, I will now, in fact, start the run. All right, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. The Magic Bow run didn't work out too well last time, but I did have another idea for a different build. Instead of going with survival for the extra health and, well, survivability, instead what I want to do is try to get a tactics run working. Because tactics does have stuff like the barbed tips, which I think will synergize very well with the amount of shots that I shoot out. Stuff like tranquility, which means that I can get a huge amount of extra damage just by standing away very far and letting the whole like tracking of the weapon do a lot of work. There's a number of different good skills to put on top of that too. Instead of relying entirely on the bow itself for damage, I can maybe instead try and get a lot of my damage out of turrets, or even like corrupted power, for example, and just have something that will allow me to offset the whole waiting time when it comes to trying to shoot this out, and then especially trying getting a lot of extra damage out of the barbed tips mutation, because ultimately it is damage over time, as you know, and that means that distractions, freezing, slowing down, anything like that will be very useful in a run like this. I don't want it to be all turrets for the actual damage itself, but worst comes to worst, that can, of course, be the strategy that I employ here. All right. In the meantime, though, still not starting out very great in terms of trying to actually get a. I want to try this one again. I don't like this one. It's because I love you. Oh, I love you too. Dead cells. I'm going to sleep. Painfully slow projectile. What does that mean? What does that mean? You're nuts. You're crazy in the coconut. There we are. All right. One more. We got this time. See, this is why I like going halfway through a run. Instead of starting at the beginning, because otherwise this is what happens. Okay. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2. Magic Bow run didn't go so well last time, but I did have an idea for a different sort of run to try out. Instead of going with survival for the extra, well, survival, I instead want to try out a tactics run. Maybe work with stuff like tranquility because of the extreme tracking that this weapon has. Maybe try and use like barbed tips for a lot of extra damage, you know, DPS over time. Wait, DPS over time is already that's redundant. If only I didn't die in the bank. Anyway, let's try it one more time here. Talking about a bullet bill. Bullet bills move kind of fast. Depends on what sort of bullet bills we're talking about. The point of the bullet bills is that they have little arms to punch you with. You know? Redundant or tautological? Both. Don't you understand? All right. Starting this up then in 5, 4, 3, 2. The magic bow run didn't go so well last time, but I did have an idea for a different sort of build. Instead of going with survival just because, well, the weapon is so slow that being able to take extra hits was seemingly a good idea. Instead, I'm going to take tactics and try and go with some of the mutations like barbed tips to work with the huge amount of projectiles that you shoot out. And maybe get like a little bit of extra damage out of that, as well as stuff like, I don't know, tranquility because of the incredible tracking on these projectiles, and just anything that can get me a lot of DPS. Because that was the major issue that I was having with the weapon, of course. The fact that it just wasn't doing that much damage. And I think that if I build a little bit more to that, even though I am, of course, going to be dying in a single hit more often than not, we are talking about tactics after all, I might still be able to have a better run anyway. After all, we did just see the recent... Oh boy. Did just see the recent run that I did with the reworked Gilded Yuumi. And if you have a good enough weapon, it doesn't matter how much health you have. You can take out everything quickly regardless. At least that's the going theory. I don't know. It's probably just going to end up with me just using a bunch of very good turrets by the end of this if I don't outright die before that. Who knows? I want to see the magic bow work, but I think it's going to require a very specific sort of run before that actually happens. After all, it is a tactics weapon that is quite slow, and that is very much not what you want out of a lot of tactics weapons. So where I just get hit constantly by a rat before I can even fire off of the thing, you know? It's really hard to say. You know what? I guess I don't have a good run in me today. I'm trying my best, but it's just not doing it. SOP? I don't even know what that is. What does that mean? Whatever. Okay, you know what? Stream's over. I tried my best. But it wasn't good enough.